guys, welcome back to day 3 of my tailwheel transition training. It's a little bit of a longer video because it includes some footage of my flight out to the training airport as well as my flight back with some reflections on how the flight went. I've got some good cockpit audio, so I hope you enjoy it.
Delta 1056 Zulu weather. Wind 010 at 5, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 13, dew point 11, altimeter 3007. ILS and visual approach is in use, landing at departing runway 5. Use caution for birds in the vicinity of runways. Advise on initial contact, you have Delta.
Delta. Groton Tower, Cherokee 1610 Whiskey, ready to go runway 5, I'll be westbound.
Cherokee 1610 Whiskey, Groton Tower, runway 5, clear for takeoff, turn left on course.
Clear for takeoff, runway 5, 1610 Whiskey.
State 4, proceed on taxiway Charlie.
And all gauges are in the green, power's in the green, airspeed is alive, little left crosswind. 65, rotate. Good power, oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure, everything's in the green. And we're gonna climb to 4,500 westbound to Danbury. Coming up on 700. Knots in the climb, we're at 1,000 feet, 3,000 to go, 3,500. And I'll see you on the other side. And I forgot to turn my cameras back on before making my radio call into Danbury. But I'm on final. And my camera is recording upside down, which is always Nice. When it doesn't function correctly. At least this one's working.
Cherokee 10 Whiskey, traffic on the road for runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land on 26, I had the traffic 1610 Whiskey.
120.8, 4433. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Tower Cherokee 1610 Whiskey will be looking for parking over at Sport Aviation after landing.
Confirm Sport Aviation?
Yep, Sport Flying, Connecticut.
Cherokee 10 Whiskey, roger. Cherokee 10 Whiskey, right turn next taxiway, contact ground 121.6.
Right turn, be going off Alpha 2 and contacting ground 21.6. Danbury ground, Cherokee 1610 Whiskey with you at Alpha 2, looking to taxi to Sport Flying, Connecticut.
Cherokee 1610 Whiskey, Danbury ground, good morning, taxi to Business Aircraft Center via Alpha Foxtrot.
Alpha Foxtrot to Business Aircraft Center, 1610 Whiskey.
And good morning, Danbury ground. It's Husky 792 Lima at BAC with information Yankee. Probably staying in the pattern for pattern 1.
Husky 792 Lima, Danbury, good morning, runway 8, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
And good morning, Foxtrot Alpha to runway 8, 792 Lima, thanks.
Alright. We landed 2-6 on the way in here. Or I did.
I had a guy this morning, we used every runway they had. Because we were starting at like 6:30.
Yeah.
And when the tower opened up, I just said, well, we want to keep using this one and that one, and it was dead. Yeah, we're going to go down to the end and turn right. All right. And Danbury Tower, Husky 92 Lima's hold short of 8 for closed traffic, please.
Husky 792 Lima, Danbury Tower, runway 8, clear for takeoff. Right close traffic approved, front midfield downwind.
Okay, right traffic approved, right midfield downwind, call you then. 92 Lima.
Danbury Tower, 430, confirm, right downwind for runway 8 for the option.
Cessna 430 Papa, runway 8, clear for the option. Traffic departing is the Husky for right close
I just
traffic.
bang on the door, make sure it's like...
Traffic, we're clear for the option, sir, confirm.
And then you can adjust this window anything you want.
Yeah, you can pop it open if you want.
Entering the left midfield.
Alright, it's slightly open now, you can leave it. But whatever you feel like, if you want to close it. I got my own little window back here, sir.
That one,
Yep, this is good.
report the traffic inside.
Okay.
Yep, I got him inside, 4 Golf Kilo.
Husky 4 Golf Kilo, you're number 2 behind the Cessna, runway 8, clear to land.
Okay, number 2 to runway 8.
Okay, you ready to go right away?
4 Golf Kilo.
Yeah, I think everything's good.
Oof. Little yaw there.
Yep.
Not pretty.
Well, that was a gyroscopic effect of the prop.
Okay.
Pushing down on the wheels.
Helicopter 694 Delta Charlie.
All right. And I'll bring the power back here to about 26.
Yeah, and then the RPM back to about 26.
You wanted to
2600.
transition Bravo Charlie intersection, then
Or 2590, even something like that. Anywhere in there.
Yeah, it's right in that area.
And Husky 92 Lima's right midfield for the option, please.
Husky 92 Lima, runway 8, cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, 92 Lima.
After 4000
dive
number
a little
3.
bit to get inside of the threshold here.
Yeah.
Report that traffic in sight.
4 Delta Charlie, we have that traffic in sight, will be number 3 for
Well, we got plenty of runway to work with.
After 4 Delta Charlie,
we'll be all right.
3
Yep.
behind the Cessna, runway 8, cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, behind the Cessna, runway 8, 4 Delta Charlie. Line 971 is ready on 8, we're holding short.
We're line 971 Danbury Tower, hold your runway 8, landing traffic.
Hold short.
I say turn it into a wheel landing, it'll be perfect for that. Now pull back all the way.
Yeah.
Just use your feet, whatever you
Yeah.
need. Okay, flaps first. Just like you're doing though, stare out front and then do it. Got it. Now.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, let's go.
Boy, I still got to really work on that rudder work. On
You just gotta, work on just reacting to every little thing with your feet. Sometimes it helps to put a little pressure on both pedals and then you can kind of release a little, or instead of just kind of concentrate on one pedal or the other one.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I don't know. I found that true with like helicopters too a little bit. Like you kind of, you don't want to stomp
they're
on them.
so much more sensitive though.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of throwing me, is the amount of force that you have to apply on the pedals.
Well, as you get slower, you're going to need a lot more force to react for a reaction time, right?
Danbury Tower, Skyline 5179 Bravo, holding short, 8, departure.
You're not going to need any power, don't worry about it.
Skyline 5179 Bravo Danbury Tower, hold short, runway 8.
Hold short, 8, 700 Bravo.
Now start pulling back. Oh, there you go. Now, you don't have to go all the way, but about like that. Perfect. Got a little bit of shimmy in that rear wheel.
Yeah, you ready?
That's what that vibration is. You can release a little bit there, like that. Good. That was pretty good.
It was a little bit better.
You had it perfect for a wheel landing too. I was like, all I could do not to go, oh, put it on the wheels.
All right. Well, yeah, it's taking me a little while to get used to this type of flying. So
I know.
I'm probably a little slower than most guys, but
Continue on the Delano Clay base time for 1 departure prior to your arrival.
I got you.
we can try the wheel landing.
Do another regular one just for.
4 Delta Charlie,
Then we'll do the next
8,
one.
clear short approach.
Make sure we're getting it right.
Yeah, if you feel like it. Yeah, that's sort of thing. Might as well.
Yeah, this is definitely very different than my Cherokee for sure. I mean, even in flight, it feels so different.
Yeah, totally.
Husky 792 Lima, runway 8, clear for the option. Traffic departing is the Skyline for a left turn out.
Traffic in sight. 92 Lima, clear for the option.
Yeah, this thing now so glides better than my Cherokee does for sure.
I just love the way it glides.
When I pull the power on my Cherokee, it comes down.
In this, it's also a couple of people, it's soothing. It like fly.
It likes to fly
It's
slow.
like it's so soothing. That's what some people say.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, you're right.
It likes to fly slow, you can tell. The Cherokee definitely doesn't. It does well slow, but
Yeah.
it descends like crazy when you pull the power.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, see, my batteries are already at 50%. We've only had 3 turns around the pattern.
Oh, you can tell already, huh?
Yeah, I can see it on the little display on the front of the case.
Gotcha.
Focus. Ooh.
If anything, just keep pulling back. Pull. More. There you go. Good. That wasn't bad. A little bouncy, but not bad. It was like in a straight line bouncy, which is good. Yeah, I like this angle a little better too. We were a little high before, but this is perfect, I think, right here. That's just on my own personal preferences, but you can fly it on any way you can. Right there, like that. Even more, like right there. As it decelerates, you're going to have to push it all the way up to here. See that?
Yeah.
And then, especially once it gets like this, now you just put it back like, again like that to accentuate the tail.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
I was helping you there.
Yeah.
I was forcing against you because you were like, oh, geez, you didn't want to push it forward.
I don't know how much to push forward.
Well, especially
you know what I mean?
once it decelerates, which it does almost instantaneously when you push it forward, because it's fighting itself to try to, against it decelerates quick. You really got to add more and more unless you got a wicked amount of momentum going, which you'd have to fly it on at like 80 plus. Then you got to use a real fine touch too.
Yeah.
Which is true with almost any plane, or well, unless you're, I don't know, tri-gear.
Unless you're a Cherokee pilot and it pretty much lands itself. It lands itself, it taxis by itself. It is. Try that again. A little more force forward, I guess.
Well, I'm going to stay off of it as much as possible, but I just kind of, all I did was push it forward a little further as we rolled out, because I knew that that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Danbury Tower, helicopter 4 Delta Charlie.
Helicopter 4 Delta Charlie, Danbury Tower.
Tower 4 Delta Charlie on 17 north of Alpha.
I guess I'm also pushing it forward, expecting like a level attitude, and it's almost like when you do it, it seems a little nose low, which kind of
It is.
That's hard for me to do.
If you're level, you're ready to fly again. It'll just if you misjudge it, it'll just lift right off again, just a hair,
No, and I understand exactly why too. So,
and you could get so good that you could do it that way, no problem. But it takes a while to get to know the airplane. Like
no, I understand. You want to hold it onto the runway.
Well, yeah, and try to. When you do that, it pushes down on those wheels so that it cannot physically bounce off. Like that's
Right. Okay. A little high, but
not really.
it's okay.
It's fine. Like we got plenty of runway.
It'll let me play with the airspeed a little bit.
you've already, as soon as it bounces, it took a lot of energy out right there. Did you saw that?
Yeah.
So maybe not on the first bounce, but the second one really took it out.
Okay. Let me get these flaps out. Boy, yeah, that was weird. Just not used to it.
Try keeping it off. See, one thing is you get it into that stance again, like you're doing the 3-point, and just as it touches down, just...
Yeah.
Because you're already decelerated the way you're doing it. You're doing a great job of the 3 points.
I guess the bounce kind of throws me off because it drops quickly, and I'm trying to correct for that. Right as I'm about to touch down, it seems to all of a sudden get more sing. And
yes, yeah, well, that's going to be true a lot of times, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you go just like you were doing those 3-pointers, and just as soon as it touches down, just turn it into a wheel landing.
Yep.
There's a guy I taught in this Husky, and he loved it so much he went out and bought one. And during this virus thing, he went to Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark and did touch and goes. And he has it all on videos too, on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah. They were probably just happy to have someone there.
Yeah. That's what I heard. And then this other guy was talking to, he's like, well, we found out Danbury on one Friday and Saturday, both days, had more traffic count than LaGuardia and White Plains combined.
Wow.
That's how slow they were. Husky 92 Lima coming up on the right midfield here.
Husky 92 Lima, runway 8, clear for the option.
Good option, 92 Lima. That was it, just like that. Nothing more than that. Just keep it like this. Keep it like
That's what I'm trying to do.
Hold it right there. Yeah.
Trying to do. I'm just getting used to the way it's kind of wallowing around and how much to react to it.
Exactly. Good.
You know what I mean?
Good. I'm glad you're getting that. Good. That's like a confidence builder right there. Good.
Yeah, that one wasn't terrible.
No, it was good. If anything, it could have been a hair softer maybe on that initial, but that's about it.
But my timing was okay after the bounce, right?
Correct. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, that's what I said. I said that's it.
Yeah. Keep practicing those because the 3 points I feel like I'm okay. I'm not maybe 90% there.
Yeah. You need a little like windage and crosswind stuff to mess you up or practice into.
Yeah, not looking forward to that, by the way.
Well,
you got to do it. You definitely got a good training environment here with all the hills, and you got to deal with the rotor and everything else.
Screws up everything, yeah.
But that's good. That's good to learn in.
Oh yeah.
You know, as long as you've got the patience.
I go other places. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
Or at least all the ones I've gone to so far.
We'll try that wheel landing again. See how it goes. Because yeah, my batteries are almost dead. I'm hoping it'll catch all the dialogue and all of the takeoffs and landings so that I can learn from the video as well. You know,
you're doing great on everything. It's just the timing, which is everything on these touchdowns. That's all it is.
Oop, again.
Just push forward. There you go.
Too high. I'm flaring too high.
Just a little bit. Just like you're trying to run it on, like on the mains.
Yeah. That was so sloppy. I'm just flaring too high. I guess, yeah. Just gotta keep working at that. The timing, you're right. I mean, it's everything. And if I flare too high...
Imagine just doing your 3-point, because you're doing perfect timing there, I thought. And then as you're just touching down that first touchdown, just blow it forward.
All right.
Because what you did is you took all the energy out, and it's going to just settle in that 3-point.
Okay. I think I'm trying to land too flat. Maybe that's part of the problem. No?
I don't know. Maybe.
Right. I'll try what you just suggested, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, the other thing is just fly it on flat. But it's going to take you a little patience and concentration.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the technique of, you know, when would you use a wheel landing versus a 3-point landing? You know, is it based on wind, crosswind?
Yeah, I just, it's whatever works at the time. It's kind of like you could be intending a 3-point, all of a sudden, hey, this is perfect for wheel landing, let's just do it. And it could be like a really bad wind. You could be down just on one wheel going down the runway like that, and up on, tail up and everything until it dies. And what you're doing is just like a crosswind landing of tri-gear. You're just rolling it into that one wheel, holding it up on the opposite side as long as possible. And once it starts to drop, then you're going to set your, setting your tail wheel. Like setting the hook.
Did he turn off yet? Where?
He went all the way to the end and turned left.
Oh, okay.
He goes into that building on the left all the way at the end.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're going to be down on the second marker.
Just go ahead, go like this. Okay? Don't be afraid of especially once you decelerate on that bounce.
Yeah. Alright. Oh crap.
Step on that pedal.
Yeah, I got it. Alright, let's make this one the last one, because I'm getting sloppy.
Okay. No problem. You're doing those 3-pointers, man, were perfect in the beginning too.
Yeah.
And these aren't bad either. You're having a little trouble on that last rollout here, but no, actually not the rollout, the takeoff.
1360 runway 8, takeoff.
Yeah, it kicked left on me more than I was.
Takeoff 1360.
And I've been doing good with the takeoff.
Yeah.
What happened there, but
660 traffic on the upwind is a...
Maybe you're a little hesitant about adding that full pedal in there. And sometimes you need it.
Yeah.
Yep. Push it forward. Don't be shy about it there.
I still didn't. I didn't want the timing to be wrong on pushing it forward, and maybe I was just late because of it.
Okay, no problem. The other thing too, we'll try it next time. Is try just flying it on flat.
Sure.
It could be done.
All right. You want to let her know we're coming off at A3?
And tower 93 Lima's going to be off on Alpha 3 back into BAC, please.
92 Lima, roger, taxi to BAC, this frequency via Alpha Foxtrot.
Alpha Fox, stay with you, thank you. 92 Lima. mixed up. 93 Lima, 92 Lima, whatever. Alright, so we're cleared back in, left and then right. Yep. "161 Sierra Whiskey."
Yep. Bought that in 2006.
Looks pretty good.
From here.
Yeah.
It actually, I get a lot of compliments on it. It does look pretty good for its age. It was painted fresh in 2006.
Oh, that's not...
Alright, I'll let you take controls around here.
I got it.
Alright, you have controls.
Okay.
Danbury Tower radar information Alpha 1453 Zulu observation. Wind 0903, visibility 10. Sky conditions clear below 2000. Temperature 20, dew point 9er. Altimeter 3012. Runway 8 is in use for arrivals and departures. Arriving aircraft expect the visual approach. Use caution for bird and wildlife activity throughout the airport. Lies on contact, you have information Alpha.
Danbury ground, Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey.
10 Whiskey, standby.
Now they're recording flawlessly.
Alright, calling ground, say again, I was having to straighten something out on the other frequency.
Yep, that was Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey. I'm at VAC, ready to taxi with Alpha.
Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey, roger. It looks kind of tight in there. You want Echo or Foxtrot out of the ramp?
Foxtrot should be okay.
Alright, 161 Sierra Whiskey, runway 8, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Runway 8 via Foxtrot Alpha 161 Sierra Whiskey.
And Danbury ground, Saratoga 61 Delta Echo at Westcon West with Alpha, also taxi.
Saratoga 61 Delta Echo, Danbury ground, runway 8, taxi via Charlie.
8 via Charlie, and when possible, if we could get a squawk code for a VFR flight to Lima Oscar Mike 61 Delta Echo.
Okay, that was Lima Oscar Mike, is that correct?
Affirmative, it's 61 Delta Echo, wings field.
Okay, what altitude would you like to go at?
65, 61 Delta Echo.
Danbury Tower, Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey, runway 8, taxiway Alpha, ready for departure.
With Alpha.
Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey, Danbury Tower, hold short runway 8 for departure.
Holding short runway 8, and I'll be eastbound.
Cherokee 161 Sierra Whiskey, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, 161 Sierra Whiskey.
Helicopter 901 Hotel Whiskey, say type landing.
We'd like to do a hover with a quick touchdown and remain for one more pattern and then departing to the north.
1 Hotel Whiskey, roger, thank you.
Good day flying the tailwheel. Started to get sloppy towards the end, but I'm just getting used to those landings. I think the wheel landings, once I can get them down, I mean, I've got the 3-point landings pretty much down. Gotta work a little bit on my rudder work after touchdown. But nothing scary like my first day. I'm not skidding off in one direction or the other. But you can definitely tell it doesn't want to keep going in a straight line. You gotta stay on top of it. But my 3-point landings aren't too bad. But you gotta be on your A game, man. Don't forget about that rudder on the rollout. And so we started doing the wheel landings. And the wheel landings weren't
Groton Tower, Mooney
too bad.
1074 Mike.
I'm just not used to.
Traffic, 11 o'clock, 500 above.
1074 Mike, Groton Tower, report a 2 mile left base, runway
500 above.
Runway 15, verify.
There he is.
India.
How you doing, buddy? I got you.
2 mile right base for 15.
Nice landing lights. I see you. Nice Cirrus. Those are such beautiful airplanes. You know, I love flying. And I love ADS-B. But anyway, so we started doing the wheel landings, and it's gonna take me some time to get used to it. That's all. Not used to, you know, stuffing the nose over as soon as I touch down. But he's right. Like when you push the stick forward, I'm expecting it to like bounce and do something crazy, and it kind of doesn't. It's like when you push the stick forward, it kind of plants the front wheels, the main gear, and just it stays there for the most part. But like he was explaining, you also have to get the tail up. You know, you don't want a level attitude, because then you're kind of still flying, and that's when things can get squirrely. But if you get the tail up just a little bit, it'll force the nose down and keep it from flying. It's when that tail goes low and you have airspeed, you're gonna come back off the runway again. But trying to do that while maintaining that dead straight rudder, and this was a calm day. It's gonna be tricky when the wind really starts playing with you. I don't know, maybe I've got too much time in a tricycle, but it feels like tailwheel is definitely tricky. I wish I had done my primary flight training in a tailwheel airplane. 20 miles, 11 minutes to go to Groton.
27.0.
Thank you. I am well aware of that. Let's give her a listen, shall we?
For birds all runways, advise them initial contact. You have India. Groton Tower information, India 1456 Zulu weather, wind 13010, visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 22, dew point 11, the altimeter 3010. COR 23 circle and GPS circle approaching you, arriving and departing runway 15. Notice to airmen, use caution for 2 cranes approximately 1.4 northwest of Groton at 360 feet. Advisory, use caution for birds all runways. Advise them initial contact. You have India.
Information India, and I'm going to be another straight in approach. Lucky me. And that guy at Chester Flying Patterns is flying his patterns in like 4 different zip codes. I can't believe how big his pattern is. There is no way you are gliding distance to the airport, dude. Nice view out that way. Alright, we're 13 out from Groton. Gonna make my radio call. Groton Tower, Cherokee 1610 Whiskey.
Cherokee 1610 Whiskey, Groton Tower.
Yeah, 1610 Whiskey is 13 to the west, 3,500 inbound India.
Cherokee 10 Whiskey, report a 2 mile right base to runway 15.
We'll report the 2 mile right base, 15, 1610 Whiskey. Alright, I can start a slow descent. I have the airport in sight. I am not a huge fan of runway 15. Not sure why. I'm just not. Alright. turn in right base, and I got 1 mile to go before a call.
November 1 Sierra Whiskey, runway 15, cleared to land.
Clear to land 15, 161 Sierra Whiskey. I don't have to make a call. Way high and fast. That's right, Cherokee comes down like a meteor when you chop the throttle, so I could still make that first turn off if I wanted to. Matter of fact, let's do it. Actually, maybe not. I could definitely do the trike. Okay, so I couldn't make the first turn off. BFD, that was a great landing.
Cherokee 1 Sierra Whiskey, where are you heading now?
Going to the landmark T hangars. 1 Sierra Whiskey.
Cherokee 1 Sierra Whiskey, roger, and you can turn left on Charlie, stay with me, taxi to the T.
Left on Charlie with you to the T's. 161 Sierra Whiskey.
I should have known that.